Hey guys, got a funny story for you tonight. I hope you guys get some laughs and we'll see what you think. Woo! Woo! Roll it. Hey guys, welcome back to PlotsVoice. So today I have a story for you. So I'm not going to be playing my guitar, singing any songs, which I've been doing quite a bit lately, but I had this funny story I wanted to share with you guys. I just got reminded of it just recently, and so I thought, I'll take a small break from my music and tell you this funny story. So, as you guys may already know, I was bullied as a child, like a lot of people. I was pushed around, made fun of, names, you name it, all the stuff, beat up, all the good stuff that you get done as bullied as a kid, right? And I do mean good stuff, right? Maybe for the bully, not for me or people like me who had that happen. So, here's the thing. So, bullied as a kid, and I don't know if you guys have heard, there used to be this commercial, right? And this commercial was, there was a cereal, it's called Life Cereal. And in the commercial, there was this little kid, and his name was Mikey, right? And Mikey would eat anything, right? He'd pick up cereal, they go, give it to Mikey. He'll eat anything. Look at that. And he's Mikey, okay? That is my first name. Welcome. If I haven't told you before, my first name is Mike. And I don't like Mikey. Never had. Didn't like it as a kid. I don't like it now. So, growing up at one of the schools I went to, because we moved around quite a bit, there was this kid. His name was Chad. And don't you, if you've been bullied, you always remember all your bullies' names, right? I'm not going to give the guy's last name, even though I know what it is. But at any rate, yeah, Chad was the bully for me. This one of them at this particular time. So, the commercial, Mikey likes everything else. Okay, so fast forward, the kid used to beat me up, used to push me down, call me names, you name it, all this stuff. So, fast forward to being an adult, right? And so I'll spare you the other stuff. Although it might be funny, but I'll spare you the other stuff. So anyway, fast forward to the adult. So right now, you guys know, if you've been watching my channel, I live in Michigan. And so I used to live out east, used to live in New York for a period of time. Well, this bully was out in New York. So after moving back this way, I didn't think I'd ever see this person again. Wrong. I was at my local grocery store. I was actually going and putting stuff in my car, finishing up, right? You know how you have the cart corral, push the cart in there, have all my stuff in the trunk. I'm walking back to the car. As I do, this guy pulls up next to me, and gets out of his car, and I'm just waiting because I want to get into my car, right? And I'm just waiting. He gets out, he goes, hey, how you doing? I said, good. I said, I hope you have a good day. I start to walk, and he goes, hey, I know you, don't I? And I looked at him, and I'm thinking, no. Now, at the time, I'm not like a super tall guy, but I was shorter than I am now, and this guy was like taller than me. This guy in front of me at this point, he's like this tall. So I'm thinking, no, I don't really know who you are. So he goes, yeah, I think we went to school together, didn't we? And I'm listening to him talk, and I'm thinking, guy sounds like he's from New York. And I'm not quite, putting it together, right? it's been a lot of years, and I'm not quite putting it all together. So he goes, yeah, you're Mike, right? And I'm looking at the guy, and I said, yeah. I said, how do we know each other? And he says, yeah, we went to school together. Yeah. He goes, out back out east about New York. What are you doing here? And he starts asking me a bunch of questions. So I'm still trying to figure out exactly who this person is, because he doesn't look like this guy, right? Obviously, he don't look like him. So I'm trying to figure out who he is. I'm like, how does this guy know me? So he's going on. He's telling me about his life, and all this stuff, small talk. And a second later, he goes, yeah, we used to kid around as kids. He says, you remember this, Mikey? You remember this, Mikey? He starts hitting me in the face, going, you remember this, Mikey? And starts slapping me. And I said, yo, man, I don't like people touching me in the face, man. Don't do that. So then he says, he says, what, you gonna cry like when we were kids, Mikey? What are you doing, Mikey? What are you doing? I'm like, yo, man, stop touching me in the face, right? He's slapping me. So then he says to me, oh, it's okay, Mikey. What are you gonna do, Mikey? What are you gonna do? Now, have you guys ever been at a point in your life where someone's been doing something to you and they've done it, and like now you're like an adult, but that little kid in you come out, and like you know, you just go back, you know. But now I'm like bigger than this guy, and you know, and what he doesn't know is that I studied for a few years to receive a black belt in martial arts, so I might know a couple things more than I did when I was a kid. There's that. So, not saying he might not, he might as well, but now I don't have to take his crap, right? So he starts going like, hey Mikey, what you gonna do, Mikey? What you gonna do about it? And he's slapping me in the face. Somehow I find myself grabbing his hand, twisting it like this. So it's like a sandwich, they used to tell us, get it like a sandwich. Then I find myself bending his wrist. When I do, he's like, nah! And he goes down. He starts going down to his knees like, oh, what are you doing? Ah! He's yelling and stuff. And somehow that little child that was bullied, I now have him with an arm bar and in a headlock. Somehow I get into this position. I don't even know how that happened. It was so fast. I was like, ah! And I had him in a little headlock. As I have him in a headlock, I somehow, the spirit of my little child, inner child, takes over. And I'm in the parking lot, got the man in the headlock, and I'm going, what's my name? Say my name, man. What's my name? And he's, because I'm choking this guy. He can't say anything. You know that moment when you're just like that stuff like overtakes you? You sit there and you're like not really yourself, and all of a sudden you like snap back to yourself like that. Oh, whoa. And I see all these people kind of in the parking lot at their cars holding the phone, holding the keys, kind of like it, like looking at like what is going on. And then how you get that moment back, you're like, oh, what am I doing? Got the kind of headlock, arm bar. So he's, arms are flailing. So I let him go. And as I let him go, I was like, yo, I said, yo, man, I ain't no kid no more, man. I said, I don't want to get in this with you, man. I don't even want to fight. I don't want to do nothing. I said, you just need to leave me really, but I respect it now, man, because I'm not doing this. So he's like, oh yeah, Mikey. He said, you caught me quick, Mikey. He says, you ready to do something? He keeps calling me Mikey. He just couldn't leave it alone, right? And people say, yo, man, he's just calling you a name. I get it, man, but when you're bullied as a kid, certain things happen, you associate things. If you haven't been bullied, you may not understand. But those of us who have, we kind of get it. So he's like, hey, Mikey, he goes, nothing you can do. He says, you just caught me, you're lucky, Mikey. Let's go. And he's yelling and screaming. At that point, I'm like, that little inner voice gets to me and says, whoop his ass. But then by good common sense comes in, and that guy shows up, he goes, look, don't get in it with him. You don't need to go to jail or him being a bonehead and whatever else. Little inner voice like, yo, man, avenge yourself, man. Whoop his ass, man. Whoop it. So at that point, he's taking this, he's like, let's get it, Mikey. Let's get it. So he takes the swing, and you know, that little inner voice that wanted to whip his ass had to let him go for a minute. You know, I grabbed his arm, threw him down, but you know, it was just for a minute. And you know what? It didn't, you know, you always say, you know, you do revenge, you dig 2 graves, right, and all that stuff, right? Okay, so the thing about it, threw the guy down, you know, threw him to the ground, and I wanted to just start beating on him like he beat on me as a kid, right? Because I was bullied by this guy, right? And so that voice came over and said, yo, man, it might be cool, but at the same time, it's not really worth it. Is it? You're an adult, man. Leave it. You know, don't have to whip his ass. And of course, I listened to that time. I listened that time. So he's down, and then someone came over and said, do you need me to call the police for you? That's the first time it ever happened. Someone needed to call the police for me. Okay, good. Just kidding. But yeah, man, so then he's on the ground, he's getting up, he's got dirt on him, he's like, and some guy grabs him and says, look, man, he says, stop before you get hurt. He goes, I'm like, I'll see you again, Mikey. I'll see you again, Mikey. And the guy's holding him, and I'm thinking, dude, I could have whipped your ass like 3 times already, boy. Get your punk ass out of here, man. That's what I'm thinking in my head. All I said was, yo, man, what I said my name was, man, don't call me Mikey no more, punk. That's as tough as I could be, you know. I'm not from anywhere tough, so that's as tough as I could be. I was like, no, punk, don't call me that again, punk. So I get in my car, left, you know, and all that. Nothing ever happened. I didn't see the guy again. I think he lives around here somewhere, but, you know, I ain't seen him. But if I do, man, I have to know. That's my story, man. It was just like kind of one of those once-in-a-lifetime meetings. And I just couldn't, you know, I wanted to just whip his ass, but I just couldn't do it because I was taught not to fight somebody unless they're fighting you. Like someone's hitting you, then you can whip their ass. Well, he never hit me, so couldn't whip his ass. So anyway, that's my funny story for tonight, man. It didn't happen that long ago. For a while back, I was at that story. It happened. It didn't happen that long ago, man, but I kind of lost my mind for a little bit, and I wanted to share that and get you guys a couple laughs with my YouTube family, and so you guys can get that. So, if you want to use my first name, say, hey, Mike, I liked your videos. Hey, Mike, this, that, and everything. It's all good. Don't use Mikey, man. Please, please, Lord, don't do that. Anyway, man, I hope you guys are having a great day, a great life, and I am so happy that you guys came to watch. And I'll have music once again, just like I said, just a quick segue from some music to do something a little different and tell you guys something funny for me that just happened. But hope you guys are having a great day, great life, and if you're new here, thanks for coming and visiting me. Hope you can subscribe. If you are long-time subscribers, love you guys. And as always, I'll see you guys again here next week on PlotsVoice.